You're right. I just don't want any of the secondary beers to get a unfair competitive edge because I let them have some Christmas crack mixed with it.
That's the worst one that we're going to taste.
Dude, you are so wrong. You are so wrong.
I'm so glad that I'm here for this. So how does that trash bag not light on fire?
It melts a little bit. Come on. I may have taken the podcast out of my apartment bedroom, but we're still rigging some of this stuff together.
I'm dead.
The light to the podcast has a white trash bag over it to tamper the light so we don't have sharp.
We don't use tampers.
Light. No, we don't. Especially here on Full Send
What am I supposed
Podcast.
to be doing? All right. So you said in my mouth.
Yeah, keep it like a fist away. Just right up in there. All right, you ready to roll?
Well, because I know last time I was like talking to it like this.
Dude,
Yelled at me.
the amount of times I'd have to clip your specific audio, jack it up, it was so much work.
I remembered this time.
Well,
So I got to talk like.
Yeah, well, you know, like, all right,
I'm going to fuck it. But
oh, sorry, brother.
we're in the way.
Get rid of it. We could go without that light. Because honestly, I was up to get a real light.
I'm just waiting for it to fall.
It's broken now. We're good. You ready? We're off to a great start.
I mean, I'm here.
Now the light's shitty.
Baby, when the lights go out,
You ready to rock and roll?
they're upstairs having sex, and we're not.
Do you have a bottle opener?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So I love that term, think tank. Think tank. I mean, you know what a think tank is? Like, how's a think tank go, James?
Yeah, you know they got cancel culture nowadays. You gotta watch what you say. It's getting real scary out here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if I can take the conversation here, but we might as well. It's the Rethink Tank. Looks like you had a little bit too much to think here in the Rethink Tank. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And thanks for joining me again. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you have a beautiful new year approaching you here. But what better way to celebrate the holiday than bring my holiday expert in? We seem to make this seasonal, and today we're putting to the test who's got the best Christmas ale. I have a bias, being a Cleveland, like through and through, diehard. I will always default to Christmas crack. Now, chopping it up before, my main man, Drake. So let's introduce my guest, Drake from Toxic Shock. Thanks for joining me, my friend.
Hey, welcome. I'm glad I'm here.
Dude, I couldn't be happier.
None of these are my favorites, is the fun part.
Well,
you didn't tell me to bring one.
But you were saying your favorite was like, what was it? Holly Jolly, that you named a few. And today we're strictly sticking to Christmas ale.
Yes.
So we weren't going to deviate and do any of the ones that may have the holiday season spirit, but like we wanted Christmas ales. So my uncle got me hooked on Great Lakes Christmas Ale from the start, calling it Christmas crack. Because back in the day, like, 5-6 years ago, it wasn't so prevalent and easy to get. So you had to really plan ahead and get it. And it being a 7.5% beer, it really sends you.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, it's probably my favorite beer that isn't just like a regular domestic or something. So what is your favorite on the list? Because you were saying it wasn't Great Lakes.
So, well, I'm hoping, before we even crack these open, that one of these hits Mad Elf.
Okay.
Have you
that
had
was your
Mad
favorite.
Elf?
Right. No,
It is a Christmas ale.
Okay.
It's 11.
And you know what's funny is I did see that. The Saucy Brew Works Mad Elf, right?
No, that's Troeggs.
Troeggs.
Yeah.
All right, it was in the same area, so that's fine.
It hurts.
Really?
But I found a barrel-aged version of it. Okay. And that was one of my more recent podcasts that I just did. Bro, #1 best Christmas ale I've ever had in my life.
So
I'm hoping.
Keeping the trend going. If you didn't check it out yet, you can go to our Halloween special where we tried all of the fall beers and got into the fall spirit. They had pumpkin types and all of that. And the theme of that episode was barrel aged. Well, man, you really took me over the edge. I mean, trying to compete with somebody who's a professional is not.
I drank a White Claw during it.
you drank like. I had the ceiling of like just trying these, and you just kept going. I couldn't even keep up.
I had a White Claw. I shotgunned a Natter Days.
Yeah, so you got to click over and check out that episode. What are you doing?
Duh.
It was a great one. But the theme of all of those were barrel-aged, like bourbon barrel-aged. So
that one has to be last.
It will be last. Seasonal, new this year, Great Lakes, now 8%, has their Christmas ale aged in bourbon barrel beers, or bourbon barrels, and I loved it. So I'm really excited for you to try it.
Had it?
I've had it. I have to admit.
Okay.
As soon as I saw it. Now, here's the catch to it. A 6-pack of Great Lakes, you're looking at $11.99, $12.99, somewhere in there. This is $24.99.
For 4 of them.
For 4.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
that makes
really
sense. That makes sense.
Kick in the crotch.
I mean, this was a 4-pack for 20.
So we do have one that isn't a Christmas ale that we're going to just roll with.
Yeah.
What was it?
Start with this. So this is Numb Nuts.
Numb Nuts.
It is Imperial Peanut Butter Vanilla Coffee Stout. Coming in at 9.8. It's an ale brewed with milk, sugar, coffee, vanilla bean, and natural flavors.
All right, so we're going to start off with this one. Get a.
And I brought that one because,
base.
I'm a Saucy ambassador.
Right.
So I had to bring it. We currently did not have any 3 Hoes canned. It was all sold out because that's how good our Christmas sale is.
See, but let me tell you, we won't ever know because it wasn't put to the test. It only counts if it's on the Rethink.
I mean, I was drinking the barrel-aged
Just-
before I came.
So, which those were great. I have to say,
I got my sea legs.
The fall beers that were barrel aged. But again, to show my bias, I've got my Great Lakes Christmas Ale glass.
And I've got my Chub on.
He's got. I had to do it to him.
He didn't tell me that I had to bring my own glass.
Cheers, brother. I didn't.
Cheers.
That's why I brought you one.
No, I know.
It just had to be a Chub because we're Chub fans.
Well, duh. Chub's my guy.
Chub's the guy. Very good. That's like a really good coffee.
I know you like coffee.
Let me tell you this. Ever since I tried getting in the groove of getting in shape and everything, I had to cut out creamer and sugar with coffee.
Okay.
And you're drinking it straight black. For the first while, it ain't good. It grows on you, still ain't good. This tastes like a coffee with cream in it, which is like a treat. Haven't had that in a while. And this is like a beer. This isn't like some of the other beers where it's like milky.
Almost 10%.
Now, when I was a guest on your show recently, and I brought over a stout. That shit was like real milk. Like, that was milky. This does not feel like it's going to just sit in me.
Hey, what did we drink that day?
French toast beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've finally finished all those. Finally.
Wow. So if you want to check out him drinking it in front of all the pops and trying all the different combinations, you got to head over to Toxic Shock Official. What do you have on deck next? Like, what do you have scoped up? Can you give us an inside scoop?
So I've been going through the advent calendars. I was doing 2 of them at the same time. I did Brewdog and I did Platform. So those kind of took up the entire month of December. But coming into January, I have dropped myself down from 5 posts a day to 2.
Hey, all right.
So you're going to receive quality.
That's how we want
over quantity, and you're going to get some good mixes.
That's why, again, we stick to once a week because, again, I would rather put in more work to all the different edits than just keep pumping them out. But then occasionally, some of them are a little more intensive, and it kicks out an extra week. Like this one, I think it was like a week and a half off. But again, I'd rather deliver on the quality. So let's really. You got there. There's nothing like a Christmas ale taste test, like one of the guests having the hiccups.
Well, so to be fair, you told me 5 o'clock, so I started drinking at 1. It's now 6:30.
So we really.
Somebody once told me the world was macaroni.
That's how we're really start. And now there's a couple like topics that we'll get into that I'm waiting until like a beer or 2 in, so we can.
That's where I used to
we
work?
have to get. Well, no. Also, the Rethink Tank. We're only getting into hot topics, crop tops, jorts, the whole thing.
I hope that came through.
You're gonna kill me with this edit, dude. All right.
I don't know what you expected.
We got to chug this bad boy down.
I don't know what you think I am. He thinks I'm a monster.
How should I ever be beaten at Toxic Shock? So, as we get into the next step here, we are going to be trying 5 different Christmas ales. We're going to start with the Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Okay.
We're going to just rip down the pipe here.
Then we're going to
So next is just Christmas Ale, Scotch Ale, Bell's. It's from Comstock, Michigan, so I'm hoping it fails because I'm rooting for the Cleveland ones.
Why don't we end with your favorite and then the barrel-aged version of your favorite?
This is the favorite. This is the favorite. We got to set a base. Then I think this one's going to be the best. The Christmas Ale in Scotch Ale.
From what I've had, mental, those things, this bad boy. So
Thirsty Dogs.
I wish I would have. I have the barrel aged of this at home.
Oh,
so I
Christmas ale.
Yeah, has a gold top. It's beautiful,
my man.
So that's why, like, I'm hoping that this trumps that for you.
I can see that.
So then you have to holly jaw your ass to my house, like,
yes,
in a couple days.
Let's make it
to be on that one.
All right,
because I'm gonna do. I have the pumpkin imperial from them too. And I want to do both in one episode.
Okay.
So I feel like that'd be a good way to rethink.
I want to put it to the test because I'll tell you when I'm at a bar.
I've not had this one.
Yeah. So and then after we do the Thirsty Dogs Christmas Ale, we have our Shea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from downtown Akron, and so is Thirsty Dog. So it's kind of cool.
So we got all these Ohios versus a Michigan.
Cleveland, Akron.
And a Michigan, Comstock, Michigan.
Son of a bitch.
But let me say this. Anytime I go to a pub or a bar and they bring out, they don't have Great Lakes and all they have is Thirsty Dog, I'm disappointed and I don't get a Christmas ale. So I'm eager to try it and put it to the test to see how it compares. And by the time we get there, I'll have a solid buzz.
Real quick, do you put cinnamon sugar on your rim?
How about this? So you rolled up to $2. You want to hear my biggest pet peeve?
All right, I'm listening.
It is so much better with cinnamon sugar on the rim.
Okay.
I have to emphasize that. All of these Christmas ales should have sugar on the rim, but for science, we want it pure and raw dogged.
You want to know my emphasis?
Wait, hold on, real quick. Keep it in mind. When you go to $2, they go, would you like cinnamon sugar? And you go, duh, because that's the only way to drink this. And they bring back just cinnamon. Let that sink in. Just cinnamon. Not cinnamon sugar, but it bites. It's like bitter, and it straight up ruins the beer.
It's supposed to be cinnamon sugar with a honey rim.
Ooh. Now, whoever does that takes it to the next level. That's magic.
But what I was going to say,
yes,
a good Christmas ale doesn't need a rim.
True. That's why, again,
because you should
raw
be
dog
able
for
to
science.
Taste the rim without it, and that's how I judge, and that was how I found the perfect pumpkin, was no rims.
Okay.
No
rim jobs here.
I'm biased on 2 pumpkins right now. I know this is a little late for all y'all, but
they stopped the episode and went back to the fall one to come back.
So we're still fall, y'all.
Exactly.
So we'll just go with number 1 before a couple months ago was out of Canada.
Okay.
It's the Flying Monkeys. And it is probably the best imperial pumpkin I've ever had.
Okay.
And you taste the sugar rim when it's poured.
Oh, wow. See, that's a good beer.
Sip.
See, that's a rarity.
Now I'm thirsty.
All right, well, let's cure that thirst.
What are we going to do
next?
So
we're ripping across. Let's start with what I would say should be the champion. But I'm thinking today we're going to rethink it, and my mind may be changed.
Well, so while you're cracking that, I just want to show the viewers that what I brought you.
Please.
This is my beer.
Yes, the Toxic Shock.
This is the Toxic Tripel.
Ooh.
It says 8.5. It's about 9.25. Because, well, I made it a little heavy. But it's only a 20 IBU. But it is...
Yeah, what kind of beer is it, though?
A Belgian Tripel.
See, now, here's my question for you. I feel like I should, not tonight, obviously, but I should, on an episode, drink it.
Do it.
And then save the bottle with your autograph.
Well,
but I feel like, part of what makes a decorative bottle is that it's still full.
No, what makes a decorative bottle is the fact that it still has a cap.
True. All right, so I got to delicately pull it off.
Yeah, you just...
Yeah. Boom.
Science.
I can't wait to try this.
It will put you on your ass.
Thank you greatly for the gift.
Of course.
But let's move this out of the way so they can see it. Moving to the Toxic Shock. Hey, you got to pour yourself some
we already made it
Holy
that
Grail. Oh, yeah, my friend. Oh, what a sacrilegious way to pour. Oh.
Did you know that's the correct way to pour?
Probably, yeah, because then it doesn't expand in your belly. I think that's the new age narrative.
No, it's true. Yeah. I could drink like...
What happened to the days where that... Well, it's going to be flat. It's not going to be yummy anymore.
No, people still say that.
See? Boom. Not going to be yummy.
Well, let's see which is different. We'll see if mine is flat and not yummy. Because I'm going to put it in my tummy.
The best. You know what's scary about alcohol and 2 steps away from alcoholism? Dude, you're going to kill me.
No, you're supposed to leave that in.
I know. And now someone's sitting there running going, F this episode. Click. That's what I would do.
But not if they're
Don't
watching,
leave. Don't click.
Not if they're watching what's going on.
That's true. Because it's about to turn up.
Shit.
Once you take a huge gump of this, you go, yes, we are slowly taking giant strides in this. And it's
like
going to go off.
Forrest Gump.
I'm not going to say how influential the person was, but I ran into someone from work as I was picking these up.
Okay.
And the person looks at me, and I go, yeah, we're going to be drinking like 5 of these, trying them. And he's like, I imagine it gets a lot less academic as it continues. I go, oh, yeah. It's good, and then there's just a drop. And so, you know what this reminds me of? Joe Rogan does his Protect Our Parks, where it's like him and his 4 friends, and they really chop it up.
Yeah.
And they made the mention on the last one that the highlight of the episode is stopping, fast-forwarding to the end, and see, like, they start all prim and proper, like, yes, I'm very, very excited to be, and then by the end of it, they're just sloshed, like, ah! I feel like somebody should do that. You should pause this episode, fast-forward to the end, see where we end, and then come back to where it's calm.
I'll look exactly the same.
I probably won't.
I came here
sloshed. I'm going to be, like, losing layers as the episode goes. Whew, is it hot in here? But let's get to the Great Lakes.
Can they see my crotch?
My comment got interrupted by a rude man's belch, but I will say, I'm just kidding.
I'm just trying to be Joe Rogan. I'm just trying to live my best life.
As you should. Cheers to that. But
I almost cheers the mic just to piss you off.
Now, the thing is, why this is 2 steps off from alcoholism is there's just some drinks that if you drink it enough times and you enjoy it enough, just even there's one wine and this beer that, like, a sip of it triggers something. You're like, oh, it's party time. It reminds me of the Burt Kreischer, just like, whoo, ready.
That's what happens when I drink Four Loko.
I forgot. You are a Four Loko man. They sent him a flag. We got that. We showed that on the last episode.
I have.
Like, you're an ambassador for them too. I mean, holy cow!
I have a trophy. It says the most USA'd American in the world. Because I mean, that's factual.
God bless.
Because I mean, why not?
Why not?
But if you dissect that, like, take that down. The most USA'd American in the world.
That's like, you know what's funny is when you listen to a European or somebody from, foreign from America do an American accent. One, it's a scope of things. It could be Boston, Texas, or New York.
Yeah.
Or like a skater boy from California. It's like those 4. And they all have, like, their own stereotypes. Like, somebody goes to do, like, well, I'm going to grab my cow. And then they're like, hey, I'm walking here. And then you got, like, Boston that's just like, put the D in the harbor. Just like, you listen to these people do our accents, it's like,
I'm fucking dead.
See, the alcohol's working because I forgot the point I was gonna make with that, but
come on, man.
You got that was because you can't hear. There isn't. I need to get headphones because then it's advantageous for the guest to hear the soundboard when I bring in, like, Joe Biden going, come on, man.
That makes sense.
Or, like, I have 2 buttons, the red button and the blue button. The red button is Trump, and he says, China. And then if I let him keep rolling, it's just China. And it's all these different Chinas. And then it's all these different Chinas. But then I got, come on, man. And that's about it. But, here's a good one.
That was sus.
I have the guy from Halo. He does mommy milkers. Social credit score deducted. And then O.J. Simpson. And it's just the Halo guy.
I'm dead.
All right, so let's get we got off track. What do you rate this on a scale of 10?
6.
Okay. I'm
not gonna lie. Christmas ale needs a sugar rim because Great Lakes has gone down tremendously. What a Christmas ale tasted like in 2010 is not what a Christmas ale tastes like now.
You know what? I'm not gonna argue against that. Truthfully, they're even just sipping that. Here's the weird part. I do think you get a more traditional taste to it when you're at the bar and you're getting it from the tap. That could be because you're out and you're really not thinking about it. But I will admit, I've noticed that with the bottles.
Their bottling's gotten, I wouldn't say bad.
Less.
But it's not a quality because they're mass producing it now. You're not just only finding it in Cleveland, Ohio.
That's true. That's a very true point.
Because you used to only be able to find it in Cleveland.
Well, that's what's wild. I'm finding it in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania when I'm in law school.
That's what I'm screaming.
That don't make sense. All right, so let's look at this. I'm going to go with an 8. I respect the 6, but I think, I want to give room for something to beat it, but I do think this is up there for me. I don't
know why. I feel like something might go lower than that.
Than this?
I don't know.
For sure.
But I'm saying with my 6.
That'd be sad. I'm worried.
It would be sad.
This Akron one you said, Shea.
I'm worried about Bell's.
That's what I'm most excited.
Only reason I'm worried about Bell's is because it's a Scotch ale. How hard on the Scotch is it?
Good point.
That's what worries me. So what do we got on?
Well, why don't you look under the carriage and see, young laddie?
So its shelf life is 6 months, 7.5%.
Yummy.
But like this bottle's been through some shit already. Let me do the honors.
Please.
I vote for beer.
I vote for beer.
That's when your soundboard should have like. Yeah, that. Maybe. I don't know. You should just get me to record all of them.
You should. Just you making bang. Like Batman. Just pow.
Burp.
No. That would never be on my soundboard. Anybody that knows me knows that would never be on my soundboard.
Mic drop. But no mic would drop. It would just be going, mic drop.
Let's just to keep some commentary going here. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I've broken up with girls strictly over them burping.
Really?
100%.
That's funny.
The reality is you're never going to see me burp in front of you, honey. I don't need you and us competing.
Bro, if someone doesn't fart on me in the first month, we're done. I'm just saying.
I can respect it.
Like after a week, I'm pooping with the door open.
Wait. Let's be real. There's a difference between being a human around the person. You know what? But I guess burping is one and the same. Here's where I would draw the line.
Like I'm not gonna burp at the dinner
in public.
table.
Boom. I could.
I'll burp. I will burp in public, but I will not burp at someone's grandma's dinner table.
Okay. Are you gonna poop with the door open in public? Okay, so you can't say they're one and akin to each other. What?
You've never been to those bars?
Explain. You have to expand.
There's a lot of dive bars that don't have a door on the shitter, and you got to do what you got to do. Your bro will guard that door with his life. I
got to tell you, there are friends in each friend group. Mm-hmm. I'm coming to learn you're one of them, Drake. But shout out to Foster. The last time we recorded in here, which hasn't come out yet, so that'll come out the next episode. But he's been shouted out twice in this basement. That dude poops more in public than anyone I know. That's every friend group, and it blows my mind. Yeah. We will be at the dive bar in Cleveland, and he'll be like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Nick.
No, guard the door.
How, dude? He's like, I got to do it. Dude, it's a mental thing. I don't think I could.
I can.
Unless I had to, in which then I'm going to make it happen.
So it's weird. I can poop, but I can't pee in a urinal if someone's next to me.
What? Real men of genius.
Because your poop's not going to suck back in.
Do you remember that Bud Light commercial?
Real man of genius.
And they had the episode about, or the one commercial about the urinals, where it was like,
not smell like a Christmas sale.
I'm already getting to a place. So looking down the pipe of what's still to come, you're always worried. But we are headed to the Scotch Ale.
Scotchland.
Bell's from Michigan, Comstock, Michigan. Christmas Ale. It's a Scotch Ale.
I just smelled the mic. It's a good refresher. It gives you, like, chloroform.
All right. Christmas Ale, Great Lakes was an 8. Let's see where this puts us. Very enjoyable. In fact, I'm giving it an 8.5. That, to me, beats Great Lakes. Wow. Very smooth. Lighter than I would have expected. You don't like it?
5.
No! Dude, we are going opposite directions.
Dude, that is not...
I mean, hats off to Drake, because he is the connoisseur, but... Wow.
I'm not a fan of it. Like,
but it's light. It's not like it's a real...
It's not light. It tastes... It's very rye.
Yeah, and you know what? I love rye whiskey, so... Because rye has a little bit of a sweeter taste to it.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
But it's not what I was expecting. I mean, I guess I should have from Scotch, but...
Yeah. Can I amend? I'm going with 7.5.
Okay.
It's still up there.
Yeah.
But it's
settled a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's just... It takes the second sip where you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't want a lot of these. The Great Lakes Christmas Ale, I'll drink as many as I can.
Can I amend?
Yeah.
Can we just keep going lower?
Yeah. I mean, I got one amendment, so you're allowed.
It tastes like apple cider vinegar now.
Yeah, dude, like I said, it doesn't rip well the second time, especially.
No, it's getting worse.
I'm not seeing myself drinking a 6-pack of these.
No.
I'm definitely not seeing myself choosing it off the shelf.
No.
But
like I could
if
take
you're
that
looking
one
for something
off
different,
the table.
It's good. I don't think it's bad.
It's
just not as good as what's great.
Disagree.
The Great Lakes is great.
The Bell's
mediocre.
It's not.
It's good for being compared to great.
It's sus.
Dude,
I would put this on my French fries.
Over how I had that light with a trash bag over it. And I knew someone was going to trip over that.
Yeah.
And he just cracked the whole thing.
Yeah, well, it lived a good life.
I think nature's telling me, this is your next step that you need to make professional.
It's seen many a days.
Can you tell?
You just need to get a giant snowman that lights up.
I'm no longer lugging that thing around. A giant
you still got to lug that upstairs.
Well, we got a giant snowman. That might be...
Yeah, but that's not yours.
Yeah, that's true. We could change stations. There are multiple stations, and I had every intention of like going to the different ones.
It's a lot of work.
It's so much work. We are going to stay in front of Santa.
Yeah.
There's the Grinch. There's a Christmas cock. There's a snowman.
There is a Christmas cock.
I just had all the pictures on the screen because that's as close as you're going to get to the other stations because I'm definitely not going to move all this equipment. But it was a fun thought. Yeah. Now, I kind of want to pour the rest of this out.
Let me take one more sip.
I'm worried I have a lot more I got to drink.
Well, I'm just curious to make sure that I'm not, like, being overzealous in my animation. I don't know what that had to do with anything. But.
Also, today I'm wearing my last year's sweatshirt.
Oh,
Dr. Fauci's How the Rona Stole Christmas.
It got even more worse.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's best I don't take another sip so it stays at the number it's at.
No, this is...
If I take another sip, it probably will go down again.
This is alcohol abuse.
I'm going to stay at a 7.
Okay.
So this was an 8. This was a 7.
So it dropped another 0.5.
You weren't supposed to point it out.
See, I pay attention.
You very much do. I appreciate.
So I'm at 6 and 5. Well, I said my 5 dropped.
Dropped to a 4.
I didn't say where it dropped. I just said it dropped. But yeah, we're looking at a 4.
Ouch. All right. Well,
that hurts my
Michigan
soul.
sucks. Michigan sucks.
We don't give a fuck about the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan.
We don't give a fuck about the
whole state of Michigan because we're from Ohio.
That's how you do that.
I love how this is like a helmet.
It is. Right down the middle. Piercing Christmas. Right where it hurts. I said, don't do it.
I didn't do it. I sucked it back in. Shit, we got to dump this, though.
100%. All right. We'll be right back. All right. So, I got to tell you, you should be proud. I was actually able to rinse these out and dry them so we won't have the residue of whatever that was. Okay.
It smells really fresh. I'm proud of you. Is that lavender?
Lavender.
Right.
Lavender and pumpernickel. Okay. So, now we're going to your favorite.
Dog thirst.
Yes. Thirsty Dogs. 12 Dogs of Christmas Ale. I have high hopes for this one.
I do too.
I'd like to have a Christmas ale that I enjoy that competes with the Great Lake.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Hoping my dogs bring it in for us.
The dogs are out, son. I had a TikTok live that went nuts.
Yeah.
Because we were showing the UFC fight, and my buddy kicked his feet up on the ottoman. The comment section went nuts over the dogs, dude. The dogs are out. And then I threw, like, a blanket over them, because they wouldn't shut up about, get those dogs out. And then they're like, get the dogs back. And then the live went nuts over my dude's dogs.
I'm dead.
So when you're talking about dogs, that's what I think of. Get the dogs. Hopefully the dogs deliver.
This is Honey and Spices.
Ooh.
We're looking at 8.3.
That smells promising. Highest percentage we got on the table, too.
Is it?
This was 7.5. This, aged in bourbon barrel, which jacks it up, is only 8.
I mean, that was almost 10.
Well, that doesn't count because it's not a Christmas. This is 6.5. So it was great. It was a great coffee. I'm going to start my day with it every day.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to the boys. Cheers to the dogs. The dogs are out.
You can't tell me that's not better than Great Lakes.
It's good.
Ooh.
It's 100% better than the last one.
Well, that's not reaching far.
I'm going to have to say, I'm going with the Great Lakes. There's too many spices. It feels like there's too much going on. It's just like, are you sweet? Are you gingerbread? Are you... make up your mind. Cinnamon? You're there. You're tickling from the back.
So, what's in it? It's honey, cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg.
Boom, that nutmeg's coming through.
What's
your favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Damn straight.
So this is honey, cinnamon, ginger. So only difference is the nutmeg from a flavor profile.
Okay. Well, the nutmeg, the butt bag.
He's
really
feeling
comes
it, folks.
Through.
he's got his butt bag on and he's good to go. That's how we make it through Cedar Point in a full day. Gotta have our butt bag. Your bro needs that butt bag for public,
dude. Well, no, you do. Pooping in public as much as you do.
You said he poops all the time.
That is true. I
poop when I have to.
Well, I gotta give it to him. He only does it when he has to. The unfortunate thing is he has to a lot.
Okay. So he's
got dietary issues.
Poor guy.
Don't we all? So what number do you give it? I'm giving it a 7.5. It's in between the two, but it's still up there. I'm not drinking a bad beer.
I mean, it's still not my favorite, but I'll give this one. No, the bourbon barrel aged gets a 9 on this one.
I am looking forward to trying that. Because I feel like the bourbon would give it enough of a sharpness to bring this thing full circle.
This is a 7.
Okay.
But I do give the barrel-aged version of this a 9.
I think I'd give it a 7 if I didn't overthrow the last one. 100%. So it's getting a 7.5. So at least we're in the same spot as this one.
Yeah, you definitely overthrew a dumper.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, it got worse. That first sip was sharp.
I told you.
I think it was because I had some reminiscence of the Great Lakes.
I can't burp, but he can go.
I'm going to be real. I don't even want to finish this one either.
What? Then put it in here. Okay.
I'm going to finish. I'm going to be a man. Like my dad would say, it puts hair on your chest. Be a man. That's why I have no hair on my chest.
Will. I don't know why I stared at you just to see if you were going to sloop it down.
I tried.
You didn't.
I did not.
Dude, it went and it came back. I've never seen someone's throat just be like, fucking his throat was like,
well.
Dude, that was funny.
Dude, I am in a place.
I'm proud of that.
Don't be. When you hear from the professional he's proud of you, no, it's sarcastic.
But I'm not chugging shit tonight, though.
Yeah.
This is way different from the last episode.
Did you see my attempt and fail? It came crashing back.
It was funny, though. It was like a tsunami.
Yeah.
On the shores of Wyoming.
Yes.
They don't have shores.
Exactly. That's perfect. It was a tsunami in Wyoming.
It was sus.
If you want to know a tragedy.
That was sus.
That was sus.
I love how I just read the lettering. I'm like, what did he press? Is it making fun of me?
No. It's the Halo Man. So, I'm sticking with the 7.5. Guys, we're going to get to a hard-hitting topic. I want to talk about Christmas, pagan holidays, birthdays, all of we are living in a satanic world.
So we're talking about Krampus.
Dude, Krampus is definitely going to be a part of that. Well, wait, let's get to that.
Is he cramping
Do you
style?
notice how the beauty of Christmas the focal point has been redirected to the dark figures of Christmas? Like now, Christmas movies are horror movies in Christmas, right? Just a whole slaughter fest in Christmas. That's the new entertaining thing.
Well, that's because that's what I want to see.
I think you will be a perfect balance to this conversation.
I'm ready.
But The Grinch.
Actually, I lied. Die Hard is not my favorite Christmas movie.
All right, dog. Hit me with it.
Gremlins.
That's a Christmas movie?
Yep.
Does it happen during Christmas?
Yep.
Is that why? Okay.
Same as Die Hard.
I got to rewatch that one. Because you know what was the best part about growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s during Halloween?
Yeah.
Was they didn't have, like, Netflix and stuff to push you to. We all lived on the TV. Like, there's a generation of people that will not really relate to because it's just streaming.
Yeah.
I want to watch Black Adam now.
Yeah.
I start it from the start. You go, oh, shit.
Let me rewind.
I missed Black Adam by 6 minutes. Now I missed the start. The beauty is it plays after this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch the whole movie, then catch the first 6 minutes. And that was the hell of cable television.
See, I would always just run down and rent the VHS tape.
Well, so hold on.
And then you would have to rewind it.
The real dude, you never got a video from Blockbuster.
Did you have the race card?
Elaborate.
That you would put. So you'd put the
race card.
The race car.
Race card.
Where you would put the VHS tape.
I thought you were saying, did you have the race card?
No, you would put the tape in, close it, the headlights would come up and they would light up and it would rewind your.
Why are you saying that like that's a common thing?
I had a bunch of friends that had it too. Apparently us NASCAR folks.
Where did you shop at?
Us NASCAR folks stick together.
Was it at like what store?
Walmart.
Boom. Okay, well at least that's a common place.
This would have been like 1994.
Dude, I remember you were hot stuff when you had a VHS and DVD player in one.
Bro,
like,
those didn't come out until I was in, like, high school.
Right. Tell me that wasn't hot stuff.
I still had a block TV then.
Yes. Dude, do you remember when TVs went like 3 feet back and weighed 6 times as much and were fragile?
That was what
like
I played
glass?
my Xbox 360
And
on.
then what's most astonishing to me is how people, when they would learn how it worked, you're like, whoa, wait. You're telling me it's just 3 giant lights, a red, blue, and a yellow, just like pointing at one screen, and it makes these images? Still can't, like, break down the science of how that worked, but it was 3 lights in a giant box. And let's get to the main point. We were talking about movies and stuff.
Oh, yes.
There was a real beauty to the days of cable where that's really all we had, and you could just roll movies. Halloween was the best time for that because you would just pop on AMC and just classic Halloween movies were nonstop. Gremlin is one of those movies that I never watched totally. It was just one of those ones that I know of and have experienced through bits on cable television.
Okay.
But it's never one of those I've sat down and watched start to finish. So I probably will because I need to expand my Christmas. But let's also
So you haven't seen Gremlins 2 either?
Dude, it's been a blur. Like, again, it's a mix of them all because
What
I've just
about
been...
Demonic Toys?
No, that... Toy Soldier? Do you remember that movie?
What's that?
Dude, what? Time out. Time in. All right. Small Soldiers.
yeah, dude.
That's what I meant.
That was my most watched VHS tape ever.
Freaking classic, dog.
Well, yeah.
Total classic.
Nothing to do with holidays at all.
No, but you were talking about Gremlins, Gremlin 2,
Demonic
and then...
Toys.
Demonic Toys.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen, Small Soldiers.
Demonic Toys was worse.
It better be, because Small Soldiers was an amazing movie. Most things are worse than that.
No. I meant like it would.
Worse than
those
Gremlin?
kids killed you.
Gory. Oh.
Like those toys killed you.
So let's get to a greater conversation, which is how they've just dampered Christmas with like all this darkness. Krampus, the Grinch is Santa Claus doesn't hold a candle to the Grinch. Period.
But that came out in like the 80s.
The cartoon, the Grinch?
Yeah.
And look what it's evolved into. Now it's
There's
the
no-
Christmas character. Like, it's the character people obsess over.
Well, yeah, because people like hate.
Dude, how sad is that? What does that say about us?
It's because Halloween's the best holiday ever.
Dude, that is the most satanic thing I've ever heard. All right, we're going to move on to the next beer so we can really get in this conversation.
All right, let's do it.
You're so much taller than me that, like, for me,
Am I
it's
still
not
in
a
the frame?
problem. For me, it's not a problem, but for, like, yours, it's like your arm is just, like, stretching as far as it can. Like, hey.
I say hello, everybody.
All right. All right.
Wait, can we do the rest of this?
Oh,
like
we're
this?
definitely gonna stand up. You know what? You know what's funny is I did a podcast in the barn, which is like a property next door.
Yeah.
We were just in an abandoned barn, and I got a lot of feedback of people liking us standing because they were saying like we're more engaged. It makes the audience more engaged.
Yeah.
So I'm all about it. All right. So you were talking about the animated Grinch. Thoughts? You were about to raise it, and that's when we were like, we gotta plug back in, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. Jim Carrey set a whole.
Oh my God, he created the character and made the character what it is. 100%.
He recreated the
Yes.
character.
Boom. Fair.
He pulled it off the books because
Perfectly
think
said.
about it, they still had an animated version
The Seuss cartoon
of the Grinch.
Yes.
But Jim Carrey took that whole entity. It showed us who Cindy Lou Who is. It showed us what the Who's look like. So, like, it showcased what a real-life Grinch is. It showed that dog being dragged up that mountain. It showed him eating glass.
Yo.
It showed him
Onions
just
like apples.
yeah. So, like, you didn't see that in the book.
And it was more intimate. Let's be real. It was definitely more intimate. There's this love interest.
Yes.
There's this heartache and why he has this animosity towards the holiday.
Yep.
There's all of these things that makes you more invested in it than just the two-dimensional, I hate Christmas, and I fail at stealing Christmas, and it makes me appreciate Christmas.
You know you just went to Mother Russia during that?
In Soviet Russia, you don't sell lithium. Lithium sells you.
But I will give credit to that newer Illumination Grinch. They went on the same story as Jim Carrey.
I agree. It was a
so
new
at least they
embodiment
elaborated but made it more kid-friendly and not as scary. That Grinch is scary.
Give me
That's
some
like
perspective.
watching Hook.
No, real talk.
That's
give me
like
some
watching
perspective.
Hook.
As a parent to a young daughter, how do you approach these things? How do you approach, like, the Grinch? Because now,
She's afraid of Buzz Lightyear right now because of
How old
Zurg.
is your daughter, if you don't mind me
2.5.
asking? Okay, well,
She's
that's
afraid
fair.
of Zurg.
Dude,
But she'll watch Toy Story 2
this
that
goes
Zurg
to
is
all
in.
the single people out there that don't have kids or
Hi.
anything. Can we all agree how removed we are from ages of kids? It always astonished. I would have for sure pegged your kid for older than that.
No.
2.5?
Yeah.
Mind blown. And it dude, I have realized between like 9 and I guess 2.5, I have no ability to gauge. I totally would have thought your girl was totally older than that. I have no ability to gauge that.
She's only like 2 foot tall.
Okay, well, I've never seen her in person. She's just a very articulate, on top of it child in videos. I gotta give it to her.
No, that's true. She's smart as shit.
I'm astonished. So, how as a parent do you traverse something like that? As like, okay, here's the animated version of the same story, and here's Jim Carrey eating glass. Like, and she's afraid of Buzz Lightyear. So what do you...
So she's not afraid of Buzz, but she's afraid of Zurg.
Fair, okay.
So she's afraid of
the
robots.
movie, sure. Aren't we all? Elon Musk is freaking me out.
But no, it's weird because I just kind of let her pick what she wants to watch. If she wants to see it, she tells me to put it on. So if she told me, like if she pointed at Jim Carrey's Grinch, I would put it on. And she would tell me if she didn't like it or not.
And you would just turn it off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would go to the next one.
Now, you want to hear something funny for me? At 8 years old, we are at Blockbuster, because this was where the conversation was going. We were talking about VHSs and all that stuff. We got sidetracked. My grandma, there was times where I spent more of summer days at my grandma's house than at my own house. And I'd go to my grandma's. She'd take me to Blockbuster. Grandma did not understand what unrated meant. She just could not comprehend that at all. It was the greatest gift a preteen could ever have. Wow. But when I was 8, I was interested in watching Friday the 13th. I was like, this looks sweet. This is very popular, and it's in pop culture and all that stuff. I watched Freddy Krueger. My grandmother goes, well, when your uncle was 14, and I'm going to tell this story because it's a great story. When your uncle was 14, your dad took him to see it, and he freaked out. He couldn't sleep in his own bed. It was a whole thing. Yeah. And I sat there at 8, and I'm like, well, I'm tougher than Uncle Michael, so I can watch this. And it was so campy and so, like, because of where movie technology was when I was 8, when you go back and watch a movie from the 70s or 80s, you're like, this is so dumb. Why is anybody entertained with this?
Oh, I love them still.
Well, no. At 8 years old, you're like, how is this scaring my uncle to the point where he can't sleep? I got to be real. Double it back on what I said. I take that back.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. They were my favorite. Well, but not because I was scared, but because they were hilarious. They were campy.
It takes me back to when I was 8. That Demonic Toys movie, I had nightmares.
Really?
Nightmares. It came out the same time as Puppet Master.
Dude, that was wild. But again, that goes back to maybe I was desensitized because you would just flip on AMC after 11 o'clock.
See, I didn't have
and
that
it'd be
shit.
Creeper of the Crypts and,
Well, I used
to be campy.
Are you talking about like Tales from the Crypt?
Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, I used to watch that while I was roller skating as a child on Saturday morning cartoons.
So let me tell you a story. So my dad's dad died when he was 18. My dad is 18, and my uncle is like 14.
Yeah.
13. And they go to some movie that's rated R. Maybe a little scandalous comedy movie, whatever it was. They're in line, and it's my dad, my uncle, and my uncle's friend. Both of them are like 13.
Okay.
My dad's 18. My dad's in college. They go to get the tickets, and the lady goes, I can't sell you the tickets for those two unless you're their guardian.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, I am his guardian.
Yeah.
Like, he's taking the position. My dad's dead. I'm his guardian.
Right.
Let me buy this ticket. And he's arguing with this lady, like, let me get their ticket.
Right.
Some dude behind them is like 28, 29, like twice their age, and he is with his girlfriend, and he wants to impress his girl. So he's like, "Yo, speed it up! Like, get out of the line. If you're not getting a ticket, get the fuck out of here." And he's talking all this shit to my dad, and my dad's like, "Listen, dude, I'm just trying to buy a ticket.
Right.
Like, whatever." And my dad continues to talk to the lady, so he starts cussing him out.
Yeah.
Shoves my dad. So my dad just punches him, and he falls to the ground. And they, like, scurry out of there. My dad's like, all right, this is a wash, whatever.
Well,
they leave. They go to the car. They're sitting in the car, and my uncle and his buddy are just cracking up. They just cannot stop laughing. They're in the back seat. They won't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, yeah, that was cool, but, like, it wasn't that funny. Like, what are you guys laughing at? Whatever. And my uncle's buddy goes, when you knocked him out and he hit the ground, he dropped his $100 bill, and I picked that shit up and ran.
All right, that is great. That is great right there.
So, again, back to the heart of the story.
Hold on, but $100 then, that's like that's like a G. So he was rich.
He robbed a bank.
Man, he was really trying to impress. He didn't get impressed.
Yeah, well, then he realized, oh, man, I can't buy her tickets anymore.
Yeah. She probably walked away when he hit the ground.
Oh, dude, I can imagine. But that's how life was handled back then.
Right.
Like, I think people get away with saying a lot of the dumb shit that they do today.
People are afraid to get hit.
Well, no, because they know they can't get hit.
And they've never gotten hit.
And
that's, well, a whole nother story.
Notice the most humble people and the most, like, respectful people are people from backgrounds of combat. Like, I wrestled. I've beaten people. But you know what? More than that, I've got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
And that humbles a man.
Right.
And you realize that you might be great, but there's somebody always better.
Oh, there's someone always better.
And so you tread lightly, you act with respect. It's the people that have never had that confrontation that act recklessly and are total wild animals.
Facts.
So, anyway, you want to get to this next beer? Are we allowed to do that?
Are we?
At least it's an Akron one. I'm glad to say that Michigan sucks, and it's way at the bottom still.
This is still true.
All right, we're ready to start with our final beer before we get to what I think will be the best one. So we're going to head over to...
the North Pole.
You better drop your mail off for Santa, because we're going to test if you're a good boy. Our Shea Brewing is from Akron, Ohio.
Our Shea.
That's why we bring the Akron guy in for the accents.
Our Shea.
All right, Christmas ale, 6.5%.
So is it Griat Lakes?
Touche. Touche. I give him that.
I've left the building. But that was a good point. Like,
cheers to you. I poured that a little heavier than a boy would have liked. You know, it's funny. You came in with the theory of, I got to wreck my beer with this ugly pour so I burp less, and there's less beer in or less air in my... But there's only one of us that's been burping this whole episode.
Me. I also took a real big poop.
That's what took so long for us to come back.
They don't know it. They don't know any different.
Well, you had to point it out, so I had to point it out.
Hold on. All right, we're actually going to test this theory different.
Okay.
You're going to sip it from here and sip it from here.
Oh.
Because you can't really judge it just on a pour.
Fair. Cheers.
I realize that I'm just looking at you like this now.
Yeah, our Shea.
Fuck a camera.
Right. Well, our Shea.
RCA.
Oh, God.
That's not good.
Oh, God. So bad. This is one I refuse to finish. Dude, you can keep the fucking can pour. I don't. They're taking a sip from the can ain't gonna change this at all. So bad. I think it's cute that you thought drinking it from a different receptacle was gonna change it at all.
Or Shea.
What's the word? Receptacle?
Receptacle?
What would that one? That was gross.
It's file T.
Like reptile. Receptacle.
Wait, hold on. Where is this extra letter you're putting in reptile? He said receptacle.
I was really good at English once.
Once, not today.
Not today. It took a lot of Christmas ales to wreck that one.
Sure. Yeah, I'm dumping
We're
this.
pouring this one. All right, we're going to be back. Ready? Nice. All right, we're back.
Getting
So,
good at this shit.
yeah, here's the problem. That was terrible. So now we've only got one last one.
But you
this
didn't
is the
rank
one,
it. What are we going to rank that?
2. Because there's always something that can be worse.
I'm going to give it a 3.
Oh, dude. You think there's 2 things that can be worse?
There's a lot of things that could be worse. I could have finished that.
Dude, that would have been so painful. I think 4, because you rated something a 4 that was definitely drinkable. I
Correct.
believe
That's
below
why I gave it just
3,
one step below.
I think below 3, undrinkable. That's what that was to me. Holy
I've had
cow.
worse. Like, I have had worse. So that's where I'm like, do you have a womp, womp, womp?
No, I was going to give you the...
Social credit deducted.
Sheesh.
All right. Now, I think we're going to end on a high note. This is the one I anticipate to be the best. We had, for me, let's give one last recap before we go to the last one. For me, Great Lakes was 8. I accidentally gave that a 7, higher than it should have been, which meant the Thirsty Dogs was 7.5. And Wowawoowa, whatever that last one was, which was gone, the Shea,
Shamalama ding dong.
the R Shamalama Ding Dong, is a 2. Where do you leave us?
So let's see. I had Thirsty Dog. What I give it, a 8?
Yeah,
No,
7.
I gave it a 7. And I gave Lakes a 6, that a 4, that a 3.
All right, that and that. For those listening, the 4 was the Scotch Ale, and the other one was the Shea, which was bad. All right, so I just want to put it out there that...
This bitch better be good is what I got to point this out at. If not, you're not allowed to beer shop anymore.
Okay, let's also agree, something that lays against it that should come into the score is that it's twice as much as all the other ones on the table. In my opinion, that's an effect.
Also, if this one's not good, you're not allowed to beer shop ever again.
Well,
That makes me in charge of all your shopping.
Like for the professional to give me some recommendations.
I mean,
so I feel
you
like
told
the
me I wasn't
professional
allowed
can't
to bring
complain.
anything.
Well, because the last time you hooked us up, so we owed it to you.
I took a full pour.
I appreciate that.
All right, let me tell you a little bit about this beer.
Get under the hood for us.
But also, hold on. Little known fact. Before I even fuck the can. Little known fact. Did you know the barrel aging process adds no ABV?
So why are the barrel-aged bourbon or the barrel-aged beers always tend to be higher in percentage?
They lie.
What?
They lie. It's not a complete lie. So if you look, it's within a marginal
Of course.
representation
Sure.
within a percent.
Those dirty
Because
snakes.
it's where the little dinghy floats. But the barrel aging process does not change the ABV. It just changes the flavor. Learned that from my brewer friends.
Really?
Yep. The only reason that the ABV comes out higher, so it's not that they're lying about the ABV, but the barrel aging process doesn't change it. That just means that that brew of the beer they put in it
Was
just so happened to turn out stronger.
So you're saying it's just become a market tendency
Correct.
to make that beer a higher percentage, probably
And the
to
reason
keep the
it's-
charade up.
And the reason that it's more money is because of the process. It does take longer. It takes time. It takes money. But it's not that it's going to get you drunker, but you think it's going to get you drunker because of that taste of bourbon you get.
That is insane, dude.
But Sam Adams, that does their Utopias, that bitch is 28%.
I love it.
28%.
I love it. I love it.
I slept on my floor that day. I drank the entire
indicator
500 milliliter, 28%, $300 bottle of Utopia in one night.
Wait, how much?
It was after tax, $290.
Why would you drink that all by yourself?
No, I had a friend.
Okay.
He gave up. He gave up after 2 sips.
What?
He gave it to me.
Oh, okay. So at least it was like bestowed upon you.
TikTok paid for it. I paid 0 cents.
How did that happen?
I did donations.
What, like on a Venmo account? Now I'm intrigued.
No, so I went TikTok live, and I was like, hey, guys, I want to buy this $300 bottle of beer. It comes out next month. And people were just like, what's your PayPal? What's your Venmo? What's your Cash App? 2 hours. I had the 300 because they wanted to see us drink it live. And they got to watch me just fall out of my chair and black out on the floor.
Bro, that's why you got to head over to Toxic Shack Official, because that sounds amazing.
Dude, I just hit 57,000.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Fucking,
dude, let's have a real
we haven't
cheers.
Even tried it.
All right, so to the Great Lakes bourbon barrel aged beer.
I really hope it's good.
This is cheers to the Toxic Shack Official, my good friend Drake.
Facts.
You're a homie, dude. Cheers.
I appreciate you, man. This is why I've been on here twice. Sorry. I know we already cheers, but you said my name, so.
Tell me that's not the best one we've had tonight. Tell me that's
100%.
not the best. Dude.
That is the best one we had tonight.
By far worth twice as much.
It added that.
Wow.
It added that sugar rim that I was telling you about.
And podcast comes full circle. You literally did say you can gauge a good Christmas ale by the taste of the cinnamon sugar rim without the cinnamon sugar rim.
Also, have you had a cinnamon sugar rim that's rimmed with bourbon?
So instead of the honey, what kind of bourbon?
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't.
So,
but it kind of can. I think a bourbon connoisseur would tell you otherwise. I mean,
probably.
Bourbon.
But so,
man, this is so good.
So most people just think about a simple rimming. You're just wetting. All you're doing is wetting your rim. Just use water. So instead of water, take your fingers, the nice little pinch of bourbon, solidify it, put that cinnamon sugar with the drip.
And $2, that's cinnamon sugar, not just
cinnamon. I knew you would appreciate that.
I do. All right. As we sip.
Today, Junior?
I got to tell you.
Oh, we're switching mics? All right.
No. All right, yeah, we're switching it up. I got to tell you, while I'm over here.
I got to tell you, while.
Yeah, dude. Do me like that. He does me like that.
All right, I want mine back.
Okay, well, I'll put it all the way back up here.
Thank you, kind sir.
Let me put it back to the ceiling. Okay.
I just thought that was funny.
It's perfect.
I'm here to entertain.
I'm pretty much done. So if you're going to be sipping a full beer as we have this last combo, the big hard-hitting combo,
I'm here to
then
entertain.
I'm going to have a little bit too. Yeah, this is now you could tell the energy's up.
Yeah,
the Christmas sales hitting.
I let all the nastiness out.
Yeah, you let all. There was some gas holding you back.
Demons.
The demon. Yeah.
Wait,
Let's get to the Christmas demons. But go ahead.
that's what I was getting at.
All right, hit me.
The
Hit me
Christmas
with it.
demons.
Let's get to it.
Well, you never finished.
Boom. Let's get to the point. All right. So I can appreciate the meme fun of Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Yes.
I could tell you, dude, I'm with you. You and I both agreed. You made the comment, I think it was cut out during like one of our off periods here.
Yeah.
That like your favorite time is Halloween. You love Halloween movies. That's been a trend here. I got to agree. I love horror movies. But let's get a little sentimental right now. I mean, you got a gorgeous little daughter.
Yeah.
You've got a family you're building here. And there's some beauty to a period in time where we can put all our qualms behind us and people reach inside to find a holiday spirit. Like where we try to, it's not even for a full month. It's like for a couple weeks, we all just try to be a little less shitty to each other.
Yeah.
There's a beauty to that. Now, there's something to be said. Now, let me go down my dark path here. Satanists, they believe you are your own God. And that's why they have pushed for birthdays. Ironically, at the same time we made Halloween a national holiday, we made birthday's a national holiday. Click over to last year's Halloween where I had my buddy Nanat on, and we literally talked about this whole thing. Birthdays and Halloween. It's a weird combination.
Interesting.
One of the presidents it was like Nixon, Kennedy, and who's the third one? Eisenhower. Eisenhower's wife. Man, come on, dog. Rethink Tank. I'm fucking good. Eisenhower's wife is the person that made it national holidays. She promoted birthdays for everybody and Halloween to be a national holiday.
Interesting.
Very weird combo, but never in the Bible. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not one of those people. But the reality is nowhere in the Bible do they mention Jesus' birthday. Like the date. They talk about the day, like he went to a manger. It was this whole scene. But
he was born Christmas Day.
Well, hold on. Just so you know, the history shows his birthday's in like July. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. But it speaks to why we have Christmas in July, right? Literally the opposite side of the year. The opposite side of the year. Now, these holidays that we do celebrate, birthdays, Halloween, Christmas, all pagan holidays.
What about Easter?
They're not Christian holidays. Easter, too. You're right. I'm a dumbass for forgetting that one, too. All pagan holidays. If you notice, people that are, what's the term? Orthodox. Boom! Got it. All right.
Boom goes the dynamite.
So there's Orthodox religions, and those Orthodox religions, those holidays, Christmas, Easter, whatever, they're like 2 weeks off. They are not the Christian Catholic days, which are pagan holidays. Pagan is satanic.
So what about Hanukkah?
Israeli, Jewish.
But is it?
Well, they have their whole separate. Here's where the lines got blurred: is you have the Catholic Christian religion, and the pagans commandeered a lot of those religions, and they have repurposed them. So let's get to Christmas in specific.
Okay.
They push birthdays. Why do they push birthdays? Because Satanists believe you are your own God. So you celebrate yourself. You are better than God. You are stronger than God. So you celebrate yourself. You put yourself first. Dude, I watched a compilation video of like all the modern music. It's amazing. Once you hear it in a compilation, every song you love tells you to do what you want. That's not God's message. God's message is you have to do what these are my commandments, and you have to respect them. Satan tells you, F the commandments. You do what you want. And so the birthday is a celebration of you and your autonomy over God. This is the theory. I'm going to throw a lot at you.
I'm listening.
Okay, so birthdays. Nowhere in the Bible do they say the date of Jesus' birthday, but they do say that it's in the summertime. And it's vaguely somewhere between June and August, okay? So they not only created this holiday, but they created it on the opposite side of the calendar of his actual birthday. The Bible doesn't want you to celebrate Jesus' birth. They want you to celebrate the coming together and the beginning of this religion. So there's something beautiful to this time of year where we look... Most people don't focus. We've totally departed from Jesus' birthday. This is a celebration of community, a celebration of goodness. That's what I think God is. God is goodness. And so we put goodness first. There's something wild to rewind 15 years ago for yourself. Admit to me, Christmas was totally different. It was more of a pause in hate than it is currently. Where it's still a pause, but nothing like it was 15 years ago, where it was everywhere. Now, you're damned if you even say Merry Christmas. There used to be a time where
I've never stopped, though.
You're right. And I think that's why it's still alive.
But I have noticed, I actually had brought this up to my roommate. I got a Christmas card from my cousin, and it said, what the fuck did it say? Merry everything. I almost ripped the fucker up.
Boom, because we've lost.
I was like, what the I'm sorry.
I
don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you believe or not. Christ is in Christmas for a reason. It's not called Santa Day.
Or
it's not
materialistic day.
It's not Fat Man in a fucking suit.
Boom.
Like, yes, he quote unquote comes down a chimney and will give you coal. That's not the reason for that day.
So let's admit the first initial splinter. So there was purity, and then it was, well, it's purity plus Santa and gifts.
Yeah.
And then Santa evolved into, well, let's make a satiric protagonist to Santa, the Grinch. Now let's make Krampus. Now we've got the devil's embodiment of Santa.
Well, but Krampus
and
has
Christmas.
Been around for a long time.
Yeah, let's get to right now I have playing on the bottom of the screen. People in Austria would go to the center. It still happens.
Yep.
They go to the center of town. These Krampuses walk through town and just freaking slap people, dude, with like brooms and shit.
Well,
it blew my mind.
You know what Krampus does, right?
Hit me with it.
So instead of bringing presents, he steals your child. Okay, when you get home tonight, watch Krampus.
Okay,
Came out a couple years ago.
That was a nuts movie.
Yes.
I went and saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
and
he
to
was
me,
stealing children.
Okay, so let's agree though, that is
It's Satan.
yes, and a tainting of what's pure.
But that's what they're saying is Krampus is the anti-Christmas.
Why do we need his
Grinch
character?
is funny, in a sense. He just didn't like Christmas, and he would affect Christmas. But Krampus is just the anti-Christmas, is the way I took it, at least.
So I want to know why Krampus even exists.
Isn't he almost like a deity?
Krampus was thought to have been part of the pagan rituals. Again, back to my point. They have commandeered what is good. Is a Central European popular legend, a half-goat, which is Baphomet, the Satan.
Correct.
Half-demon monster, Satan, that punishes misbehaving children at Christmas time. I'd rather just get Cole. He is the devilish companion of St. Nicholas. I don't believe that. Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany, which explains, you know, why they're still celebrating it in that area so strongly.
Correct.
Krampus was thought to have been part of the pagan rituals for the winter solstice. According to legend, he is the son of Hel. Oh, good.
Yeah.
The Norse god of the underworld.
See?
With the spread of Christianity, Krampus became associated with Christmas.
Because he's a mythological creature.
Or he's the satanic protagonist to what's good.
But think back, did you take mythology in high school?
Yeah.
Think back to those types of gods. Because technically, God of this, God of that, God of this. And then you still have God of hell.
And so here's
the way they word it is still Krampus is a mythological creature that is Hades' counterpart.
So I can appreciate and acknowledge that for there to... The best trick the devil ever pulled on us was convincing he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
For there to be a god, there has to be the anti-god.
Yes. No, he 100% is there.
100%. So I agree that Krampus has to exist in just its indicative nature.
As an entity.
Correct. But why is he now increasingly celebrated?
Because with the way the world is going, people aren't afraid to speak their mind about certain things. Think about it. When we grew up in high school, you were gay or straight.
Okay.
You were a boy or a girl. That was it.
I kind of still subscribe to boy or girl, but it is what it is.
But if you think about it, listen to any song that came out in 2000. The lyrics.
I was a skater boy. She'd be a later boy.
No, but like they said like a lot of things that I will not say over the microphone. But it was like, you know, the other F word.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
But it's like...
I have a lot of gay friends in my fraternity.
Yeah.
I have a lot of gay friends in my life,
I have a
period.
gay roommate.
Bingo. But you know what I will say? If I call my best friends that word, you do not get to pretend it's a bad word. It's a word.
Well, I'm not going to...
It's noise with vocal cords. You would never call him it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I do call my best friends it who aren't gay. So at the same time, when you say it's a damnation to gay people, then explain to me why I'm saying it to the non-gay people that matter the most to my life. And you go, because you're using it derogatory and it makes that other guy feel bad. Well, guess what? One, don't care about the other guy. Two, it's all for fun. It's all for fun. And That's the one bond we have is that. Dude, I swear to God, if there is a recording of any of ours Xbox Lives, we're all dead.
Well, yes.
We're all dead.
Did you
and it's not because I was going, oh, man, burn them with a bundle of sticks. It was because I'm laughing with a buddy.
You know they listen in now. They'll remove your account based on your
hope
voice chat.
they do.
Well, no, they actually
try me.
They started going in on voice chats and they remove accounts based on what you say.
I don't believe that because I have a friend.
Like
I have a friend that would push that to its limit. Now, I look at him and I go, hey, man, we're going live on Twitch. And he goes, oh, man, I'm going to have a hard time.
Are you guys in private chat? Are you in game chat?
Okay, we are never doing it to other people. But I will say he definitely slips us on Twitch on sometimes.
No, but I'm saying, like, so if you're in a private chat, no harm, no foul.
Okay,
but if you're in, like, if you were physically in the world chat.
Let's take it another step further. What about Instagram going into people's personal group chats and having an effect and deleting people, censoring people on private DMs? What do you think about that?
I don't let anyone message me unless I know them.
No, with your buddies. They're going into private DMs. So
I haven't had that, so.
Well, okay.
No, but I mean, like, I didn't
come to bite you in the butt
know
yet.
That though.
So, what are your thoughts on Instagram going into private DMs between private users, just you and your buddy?
I mean,
is it their business?
It's a social app. They own it. They own technically, they own every word and every photo that you've ever posted in it.
So I'm going to do a quick drop. You got to go check out Rethink Tank's we got a new show, Rethink Tank Solutions. I got this new friend of mine, John Estacio in New York. He brought me the goal of we can't just keep complaining. We got to start coming up with solutions. Okay. And we just had one about Twitter and the government intervention and all of that stuff. Yeah. And I truly believe there is a legal argument behind these are no longer just private companies and they get to hide behind that security.
There's no private company.
It's a utility, just like the water pipes and the electrical lines. This is a utility where you have rights.
Why do you think TikTok can't be on government devices in certain states?
Exactly. Well, dude, because you're talking about the most intrusive. So let's pause. Let's have a real conversation. You have 57,000 followers on your TikTok.
And they can take that away today.
But let's also agree your biggest following is on TikTok. Yeah. I don't even hold a candle to you, dog. Let's be 100% real. I've got 2,000 followers on TikTok, and all my other followers are like 200 to 700 on the other platforms. So if that's what I'm working with, how do I comfortably or confidently delete TikTok? It's my biggest following. Still nothing. It's still minuscule, but it's my biggest following. Why would I get rid of that? But also, it's the most intrusive app on your phone. Mm-hmm. What do?
I just leave it. I just keep going on with my life until someone takes it away. But it also took me so long to download the app because I didn't download it because of what I heard it was before I got it.
That's fair.
So, like, I didn't actually, I'll speak to it. I didn't download TikTok until it was America-owned.
Well, don't get it twisted. It's still Chinese-owned, but now they have, you're right, now they have an American faction that runs itself separately.
So I only got TikTok last August.
But see, even more so.
A little over a year ago.
I got TikTok in 2018, like well before the pandemic. And there's this big TikToker, he looks like he's right off of an Abercrombie bag, and he gives the TikTok news, and the dude is so PC and soft. And when he gave this, so he was talking about, I can't even remember the context, but he brought up how there's these videos, that women are getting away with showing themselves naked, totally naked on TikTok, but the way they're getting away with it and averting the algorithm is they're putting themselves naked in front of the background and then bringing down the transparency so it's just it's almost totally transparent. Yeah. She's naked, and the guy's like, this is a problem because
man, it's a kid's app. Like, this is a kid's app. And my response to his video was, we have well departed from a kid's app.
Not a fucking kid's app.
Go back to 2018 where you weren't doing scandalous dances and it was just you lip syncing your favorite movie.
Yeah.
We're well beyond that. Like, now this is an adult's app, and parents need to be. Here's the biggest problem: is parents are very ignorant to the internet plugins that their kids get involved in.
But a kid shouldn't have a phone.
Dude, did you see that lawsuit against Fortnite? It was like the biggest. But I've got the number on the screen. They made, I'm not even going to do, like $250 million payout. It was like one of the biggest payouts in civil law history. Like a huge, I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably bigger than that. I can't remember. But the reason being, all the psychological tactics that Fortnite did to take advantage of children. And they were able to prove that through not being transparent on V-Bucks, by just making it super easy to buy them with a card on file. All these layers to V-Bucks, Fortnite had to pay like $250 million, something beyond that.
That's crazy.
So it goes to show, before you got to play ignorance.
Yeah.
But now accountability's knocking on the door.
Correct.
And I don't know. It's going to be a weird place moving forward, but you're not going to be able to get away with as much as you were able to in the past.
One thing I will give, I'll give TikTok a little bit of credit. They've started, yes, you can lie. Don't get me wrong. But so for me to go live, I have to put my driver's license in.
Really?
For that
because you're getting paid?
Oh, you don't have that?
No.
You can do it after 1,000. I'll teach you.
I have 2,000.
I'll teach you.
So I need to do that.
I'll teach you it when
that
we're
explains why no one's paying me. Every live, I'll have like 500 people watching us play pool, and I'm like, I've never gotten a gift.
I'll teach you. All right. When we're done with this, I'll teach you how to make money. Anyways, so
upgrades,
you can actually set your live to 18 plus.
Sweet.
You're still able to get banned, but it's harder.
Okay.
So, like, obviously, the drinking age is not 18. But in some countries, it is. So if you go live at the right time, you kind of go around a lot of rules.
Really?
So, but they can still hit you with
for you, can you get in trouble for drinking?
Excessively.
Really?
Harmful behavior.
But they're not getting, so drinking, consumption of alcohol isn't illegal.
Consumption of alcohol is not illegal. If I tell you to go buy this beer, I just sold you goods.
Boom, okay.
If I take a shot, harmful consumption. If I chug this beer, harmful behavior. Because I'm not drinking it the way it's appropriately supposed to be done.
Wow.
But if I mix a drink and just sip on it,
dude,
no harm, no foul. So everything I do is wrong.
So we do this live. We're playing pool. Things are racking up because I said pool, UFC, and tunes. Now the big UFC. You
could have made good money.
Big UFC fights on. So everybody's in the chat. You got to turn this to the TV, whatever. That's when we put it on the TV and my boys' dogs come out. And it was popping off, dude. Probably the biggest live I've ever had. And it's the last main event. It's the end of the fight.
Yeah. And
they're about to announce the winner. And after the fight's over, before they announce the winner, there's like that lag time of them in the octagon and all that stuff. And I would take my Rethink Tank card, my business card, and I'd be like, check out the Rethink Tank podcast. Like, yo, these are your ads. Like, if I'm giving you free UFC, you're going to check out the Rethink Tank ads. So I'm throwing them in, and the comments just start blowing up. If he advertises his podcast one more time, we're reporting him. So I go, F you guys. I'm giving you this shit for free, and you're going to report me? Yeah. And so I go, I literally say, it's the referee standing there holding both hands. He's about to announce the winner. I go, F you guys. And I close it. And, like, you're gonna try to, tons of them were like, report him if he promotes his podcast again. And I'm like, you know what? Then it's over. Yeah. And I closed it, and I forgot that when you end a podcast or you end a live, while the people are on it, it asks them, like, their review. they all reported me. And so I was banned for a week. I was like, damn it, they won. I was so mad.
Yeah, it's interesting. The viewers always win. That's the sad part.
Well, but hey, if there's a moral to that story, it's the power's in the masses. So that's why they are so invested in dividing us, and that's why it's so important for us to unite and come together.
This is why you should follow the Rethink Tank.
And Toxic Shock Official. So let's finish these bad boys. Cheers to you, homie. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
You as well, and to theirs.
And to theirs. And happy holidays to everyone else.
Here's the 2023.
You made that look so easy. He had way less than me, though.
It's empty. I was going to add more.
So, Drake, let's just wrap up that conversation.
Yeah.
So we've gone off the deep end. I really think we've been removed from what's good to focus on during these few weeks.
Yeah.
And the main focus has been horror movies on Christmas and satanic rituals. What are your thoughts wrapping up? Because you were saying, like, but I love horror Christmas. Because, again, I appreciate them. But also it's like, I feel like we're damning the sanctity of, like, just one small period in a year. What are your thoughts wrapping up?
So my thoughts. So one, do you have Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
Watch Evil.
Okay.
It will actually.
What's it about? A movie or a documentary?
No, it's a whole series. I'm telling you, it'll fall around everything you just talked about.
Oh wow.
And it's like, I think it's 3 seasons.
Okay.
They're all an hour long. I'm telling you, like, 100%. It gave me a lot of new light.
Okay. I'm checking it out.
It's based out of a priesthood around demons.
Wait. Is this? No. Okay.
It's
I'm
good.
going to check it out. Check it out.
It is good. That's all I got to say. Like, you will, there's episodes where you'll just be like,
got us.
Got it. Each episode is different, but they all run in line, essentially.
Okay.
Based on the devil.
Wow.
So
that says it all.
Yeah. So it just kind of made me think about it with, like, how you were talking about it. So, but I mean, in the end, I've kind of just picked this up over the past month. It really just falls back on what my name is. Toxic Shock Official. So you think about it. You don't know me. You don't know my name. Toxic Shock is when you leave a tampon in too long. Someone actually commented on one of my videos on Facebook, and they were like, do you know what toxic shock really is from a girl's perspective? And I was like, you know what? I've never actually voiced why this is my name. So, at the end of the day, people around you are toxic. The things that come out of their mouths are shocking. But at the end of the day, you live your own fucking life and you get over it.
Hell yeah.
That's literally why toxic shock is official.
Boom.
And
I love that.
But no one's gonna ever know that unless they listen to something I say. Like, I don't post negativity on my page. Everything that comes out of my mouth is fun. Unless someone pisses me off or calls me out, and then I'll rip your ass up.
Yeah, then those trolls are done.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a life lesson. Like,
100%.
Don't worry about whatever anyone else has to say about you. If you want to wake up and you want to eat raw fish and bang dudes,
right,
do it.
No, and you know what? That
Like,
speaks
it's
to...
literally...
Listen,
I don't know why those were the first...
No, but
like,
I love it. I love
literally,
it.
like,
But
do whatever the fuck you want.
I said all these things about pagan holidays and everything, and the reality is you can commandeer these things to be a beacon of good in your life.
Literally.
They can make it whatever they want, but you are allowed to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah.
Like, I think life
You can
sucks,
literally wake up and worship
this
Satan.
shit is hard.
Yeah.
And so you're allowed to have one day to go, this is my day. I'm going to do what I want. Not a single person on October 9th can tell me what I'm eating for dinner, where I'm going to go.
Yep.
This is my one day. You're allowed that.
Yep.
But I think the balance to all of this is when you're coming from a place of purity, a place of good, where you care about community. You're not trying to push bullying, meanness, all of the. If you're coming from a place of, you're allowed to acknowledge we're different.
Yeah.
We are different. But I don't hate you because of it. Right. In fact, it makes me embrace you more.
Literally.
You can bring some more perspective that I don't naturally have. So to me, you're allowed to engage in these things that are, watch a horror movie on Christmas.
And this is how we learn.
Yes, but even more so, you learn and grow.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to be involved in these things and it not damn you forever, as long as you have an anchor point that you can rely on. And I think that's the truth of all of this. Yeah. Like, yes, this stuff exists. It's wild. I didn't say it yet at all, but this is why we talked about all of this. Yeah. I mean, when Disney Plus makes a Santa show and they put "We Love Satan" on the screen, Disney does not make that mistake. Right. They film that scene 25 times. Mm-hmm. It's not by accident that all Santa's elves are holding, it's on the screen, holding signs that say, "We love Satan." Uh-huh. That stuff exists. But
they do. But Disney is always, that's a whole new topic.
Yeah, we'll be here forever.
We don't have enough time to do that one.
No, but the reality of these situations is this, that when you see these things everywhere, that doesn't mean like you have to hinder yourself and hide from. You're allowed to live your life. You're allowed to engage and experience these things. Yeah. But they'll become impervious. They will never penetrate you as long as you're coming from a place of honest goodness. Yeah. Like, you can't take that from me. It's honest goodness. Right. All right, Drake, where can they find you? Toxic Shock Official, hit it for them.
Toxic Shock Official, I'm a little slurry.
That's how you
Toxic
did the
Shock
sale,
Official on everything. I think Instagram has some weird little like floopy doops in it, but just type in Toxic Shock and you'll find me.
Check them out on TikTok because that's where it's the biggest, right?
That's the big, and then I got my links all on there. YouTube's starting to grow, but I mean, catch me anywhere.
Heck yeah.
Get drunk with me.
That's how it goes.
That's all I do.
Check out my man Drake on Toxic Shock Official. Drake, thank you again for your time.
Of course, man.
I appreciate you so much.
Until next time.
Always.
I'm excited for summer beers.
Dude.
Because I
am not a summer shandy guy.
I will.
Not a summer shandy guy. I got friends that obsess over them. I just can't do it. Are you a summer shandy guy?
I'm a sour guy, but
yeah, it's too sour, dog.
Man, all right. It's been nice knowing you.
I'm ready for summertime because it's getting wet and wintry. But guys, if we made you laugh, if we made you think, the best thing you can do to support this podcast is share that episode. If you liked it, that means a friend of yours or someone that you care about definitely will. So take that link, spread it around, subscribe to the channel, and just dingle that frickin' bell because that gets you where you need to be. But you can find all of our content on our website at www.rethinktankpodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all those things. And my friend Drake, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.